Tommy here again. Welcome back to Cheeky Garage. And today, I'm going to do a first impressions of the Hooker Blackheart LS swap kit for first gen S10s. So, a little backstory is I saw a build thread with these parts in them, and that's the only information on the internet about them. And after going through that whole build thread and following it all the way through, turns out it looked like Holley built the truck as maybe part of R&D. None of the parts were released yet, so I figured why not give them a shot. I don't have a lot of time, I work a lot, I travel a lot, so if these things are as good as advertised, I want to let everybody know, hey, they're worth a damn, or hey, maybe they're not. So let's dive in. Okay, first up, the Holley oil pan. This is the famous Holley 302-1 that everybody raves about. It's the muscle car, high tuck. It's like the go-to on any kind of retrofit LS application, according to the internet. So, not the cheapest unit in the world, but definitely seems high quality. It's got, oil filter as well as the remote lines if you got to run it that way. Drain plug. That little tray there, I got to figure out where it goes. I just took everything out of the box. I haven't dove into anything. Comes with a pickup tube. Came with a bag of hardware, a couple fittings. One negative: there is no gasket. There is no oil pan gasket with this 302-1. And for the price, Holley, I think that's a bit of a letdown. Other than that, it seems like a high quality piece. There is plenty of information about this oil pan specifically on the internet, so I'll leave that at that. Next up, we have 4 pieces to the transmission crossmember. This is for first gen S10s up to 93, LS swap with the 4L60E, 4L80E, T56, the later model transmission options. Looks good. It's got a decent powder coat or paint or whatever it is. It's all laser cut. As a welder, one complaint. My first impression, I don't know if the new guy built this or what. I know you'll never see it. Obviously the strength in this is in the engineering. It's the tab and slot. I'm not sure if you can see that in the light. There you go. It's the tab and slot design. It's not going to go anywhere, but come on. I'm paying good money for this, and come on. Other than that, good first impressions. If it fits, I'll be more than satisfied. This is just a polyurethane, I guess Holley branded polyurethane trans mount. Nothing special there. The next up, the Hooker Blackheart frame mounts, first gen S10 LS swap. Again, good either paint or powder coat. Got a little hammered finish to it. Welds, meh, but if they fit and work as advertised, again, I'll be a happy camper. Not too bad on the price either. Laser cut, not a whole lot to them. The Hooker Blackheart line uses, I believe, F-body clamshell style, like OEM style mounts. I don't have an F-body. I have the Corvette mounts on the motor, and obviously it's not going in an F-body. So I bought new from Holley, the clamshell mounts. They look good, coated inside and out. Yeah, I spent money on them, but no, I don't have to drill rivets out and do all that. So, win some, you lose some. The Holley branded urethane inserts, they seem top notch. I mean, it is what it is, chunky urethane. It fits in the clamshell nicely. You got to buy these separate. Each clamshell is separate and each urethane mount is separate. So for the two motor mounts, you're going to have a total of 4 line items. I think each one of them's around $25 to $30, so about $100 there. Other than that, they look good. They look like clamshell mounts. the sexy part, the headers. We officially have us some hooker headers for the S10. These are the 1 3/4 inch primary, 3-inch collector, mid-length hooker Blackheart swap headers, specifically designed to put an LS in a first gen, supposedly hassle-free. This is one of the big reasons why I wanted to do this, because if all of this actually does put this in this truck without heavy modification and frustration, then all of this is well worth it, and it will get raving reviews from me. So far everything looks pretty good. First impressions, nothing to be scared of. The headers look a lot better as far as the welds. You got a nice MIG weld down here at the collector, nice fine little TIG welds on the primaries. On the inside, I saw a little bit of sugar. It does not look like these were back purged. It would have been nice to see, but I mean, it's not really a pressure vessel. For manufacturing, cranking these things out, not wasting argon, it is what it is. It's not like these are some, $1,000+ headers. So the flanges look good. They're flat. I mean, they're flat to, I set them up against the head, and they're flat to the head, but I haven't put them against a granite block or anything like that. So hopefully these work out. This is kind of the reason that I wanted to choose all these things together, right? They're all designed around one another. It wasn't the cheapest thing in the world. I'll leave part numbers. I'll leave links to Summit on each individual part number in the description. So, oh yeah. And this guy, this was actually pretty cool to see that they're thinking about the details like this. This is, I guess we'll say, the driver side half, the trans tunnel side half of the heater box. Factory replacement from Hooker branded. It replaces the stock one, but it has this nice, trying to get the good light on it, it's got this nice good recess here for valve cover and coil clearance. I know you see a lot of guys swap these things, and they, most people just rip the box off. No AC, street truck, whatever. I don't want to do that. I want to have AC. I want a nice, factory function, just V8 pickup truck. I don't want a race truck with a sheet metal dash, and you know what I mean? Like, that's just me. And if you're into that, Hooker has thought of you, because I've seen guys that do keep this and they got to cut a big old notch here and fiberglass some stuff back in. I've never worked with fiberglass, and I knew whatever I did to it, it wouldn't have looked very nice. And when I saw that this was an option, I was 100% on board. So, heater box, mid-length headers. They do also have 1 7/8 headers. I chose the 1 3/4. They're a little bit cheaper, like $50 or $60 cheaper, and what I'm doing is not crazy. So these should be plenty. Heater box, headers, clamshell mounts with inserts, frame mounts, all the pieces to the trans crossmember, trans mount, and the Holley oil pan. That is everything that they make to put a LS in a first gen. They do offer a exhaust, a Hooker Blackheart exhaust. I didn't choose that because it's a 2-into-1 that goes down one side of the truck, because the gas tank's on the other side. I'm taking the gas tank out, yada yada yada. I'll build my own exhaust. Quick, one last thing while I'm thinking about it. Back to the headers. One disappointment with the headers: no O2 bung. They make headers specifically designed to put a LS in a first gen, and it doesn't have O2 bungs. That's a little bit of a disappointment. Other than that, everything here, it looks good. I'm pretty excited about it. And for what all this stuff costs, it better work. I'm not sponsored. This is like my 4th video on YouTube. I got like 45 subscribers. Ain't nobody sponsoring me. I paid full price for all this through Summit. Holly or Hooker, or they're one and the same. They don't participate in the Summit discounts or jegs, as I learned. So they're proud of them. They're making you pay for them. I'm going to put them to the test. There's no information on the internet about them, at least for the S10 stuff, other than a build thread that was done by the company, or so it appears. We're still a couple weeks away from actually starting to tear the truck apart. I still got to buy a transmission, but after that, we're going to see how these things do. First impression's good, and hopefully long-term impression is too, but I'll let you guys know. Till then, you guys have a good one.